In this video, we'll understand about various elements of a queuing model. First one, customer or customers. The people who are standing in line to get a service done, these people are all customers. Then the server. Here, this ATM machine is considered to be a server, and here it is only one, but it can be more than one also. Source, that is the calling source, means these customers from wherever they are coming from, that population's source, I mean, from where they are coming, whether that particular population has got a finite number of units or it has got infinite number of units. Generally, if we don't know about the specific population, we consider that the size of that particular population as infinite. Facility. So the service facility is the one what we are talking about, means whether the facility is going to, whether the facility has got a multi-server or a single server, like that. Is it a network facility? What type of facility? So that is also considered to be another element of a queuing model. Then the queue, the people who, this particular line, what is being formed, you call it as a queue. Interarrival time means first person, let us consider that he has arrived at 9 hours. Second person, let us say he has arrived at 9-10 hours. Third person, assuming that that person has arrived at 9-14 hours, in the sense the time between first two persons is considered to be 10 minutes. Next to two persons is considered to be 4 minutes. You try to take out the average, means 10 plus 4. Now you consider only 2 times, so you are dividing it by 2, which means 7 minutes. So you say the average inter-arrival time is 7 minutes. It is that, I mean, what is the time between the arrival of first customer and second customer, or second customer and subsequent customers? What is the time between them? Or successive customers, what is the time between their arrivals? That is called as inter-arrival time. Then the service time. How much time the server is taking to service each of the customer, that is considered to be the service time. Queue size. How many people are standing in this? In this case, the queue size is 7 because 7 people are standing there. Queue discipline. Whether it is first in, first out, or last in, first out, or is there any other queue discipline? That is what is addressed about queue discipline. Queuing behavior. Sometimes people may behave in some fashion while being in the queue or on seeing the queue. So that is also considered to be another element. We'll be studying about 3 different behaviors of queue subsequently. Now, inter-arrival time and service time. Generally, these two, that is inter-arrival time as well as service time, both above are considered to be probabilistic because you don't know the exact certainty of these things. It can be considered probabilistic and set to follow an exponential distribution. Alternatively, the inverse or the reciprocal of these two, that is inter-arrival times reciprocal, is considered to be arrival rate, that is number of arrivals per unit time, denoted by lambda, and service rate will be the reciprocal of service time, that is denoted by mu, that is number of services rendered per unit time, or set to follow Poisson probability distribution. The service utilization factor can be evaluated as lambda divided by mu, means arrival rate divided by service rate, and that is denoted by the symbol rho. Queue discipline. General discipline is also called as first come first served, or FCFS, or FIFO. Another one is last come first served, and then service in random order. Priority discipline, that is rush jobs at a shop or processed ahead of regular jobs, means some urgent customer order comes, that becomes priority. So it won't wait in the queue, it will be directly taken for service. Most of the cases you find this FIFO only is being followed. Last come first served, in case of emergencies in hospital, somebody is bleeding and entering the hospital, means that person will be taken for service first. Service in random order, generally in case of lotteries which are being conducted, like in malls and all, lotteries are conducted, they will be telling you to put your business card in a box, and then subsequently in the evening somewhere in a particular time is fixed, and they will randomly choose a particular business card, and they may award a gift to that person whose card comes in that. That is, awarding gift is considered to be a service, and since it is being selected randomly, you call that as a service in random order. Then queuing behavior. The first one is jockeying. We can understand this. Just let me draw something. Let us say these are the three lines, three queue lines. This is one line. People are standing in that. This is the first line, let us say. This is the second line. This is the third line. Now, since this line is bigger, this person, that is the last person, he may be tempted to join either to line 2. And suddenly, if the line 2 is becoming slow, the service becomes slow, and line 3 becomes fast, then again this person may tend to come here. It all depends upon how the service is carried on, and there will be a temptation by the persons who are standing in the queue to jump from one line to another line. If there is more than one queue, that is this, like this, the customers from one queue will be tempted to join another queue because of its small size. That we call it as jockey. Just a moment. Bulking. If the queue length appears very large to a customer, he may not join the queue. Suddenly, like if someone wants to join a queue, but when they see the queue, already there are about 15 people standing in the queue, by just an assessment, he may take that it will take about 30 minutes time, considering 2 minutes each person to be serviced. It will become too late for whatever work he has got. So on seeing the queue length itself, he may decide not to join the queue. That you call it as bulking. Reneging. Sometimes a customer who is already in the queue, let us say a 15-member queue is there, and the 15th person who is standing, since the queue is moving very slow, he may be leaving the queue in between, thinking that it will take longer waiting time. So that you call it as a reneging queuing behavior. Sometimes a customer who is already in a queue will leave the same in anticipation of longer waiting time. Next is service facility. What are the different types of service facilities available? Parallel servers means in the previous we saw this 3 different queues. You call it as parallel servers. So we may find that in post office operation where you may find different counters servicing the same facility. Arranged in series, for example, jobs processed in successive machines. After finishing in one machine, it goes to the next. After finishing in that machine, it goes to the next, like that. Then networking. Example is the routers in a computer network. So these are the different service facilities what are possible.